And we speak English, of course.
Oh, please.
Notre gars sont là pour que les en français. Comment ça s'appelle? Vincent? So people can see when you're talking from home?
Yes.
Yep.
That's a very good.
People can see.
Stand by, je mets micro on now.
Allez.
Ready?
Ready.
Yeah. Alors, c'était une très belle chanson que nous apprêtons à nos amis de l'Ange d'Or qui occupent une place importante dans nos émissions. Et c'était Céline qui a chanté Blue Bayou. And now we are going to another step after the 10 years old, the girl and the boy. Now we have two nice gentlemen in our studio this afternoon. So it's our pleasure to welcome to our program the Babet brothers, two young men, Matt and DJ Babu. Hello.
Thank you so much for having us. I appreciate it a lot. We've listened to this station before.
Oh, thank you.
My parents love this station. And I really, really appreciate that you invited us to come here and have a chat to you today.
And we are very proud to welcome you in our
Thank you.
studios.
Merci, thank you.
So, Matt and DJ, tell us about yourselves to start with.
So a little bit of information about ourselves. The first two Babet brothers that actually came to Mauritius came on a boat in the 1700s. They were two brothers like ourselves and are very industrious. So we're trying to follow in their footsteps. My dad actually came from Mauritius back around 1970, and he went to Rodrigues to work, met my mum there. Then we were born, and we came to Australia when I was 3 years old, and when DJ was 5 years old.
And you were born in Rodrigues?
Rodrigues.
We were born in Rodrigues. Our dad is Mauritius, and our mum is Rodrigues. Is Rodrigues. And we grew up in the southeastern suburbs of Melbourne, around the Dandenong area. Some people who are listening now may know where that is.
You
You went to know that is?
all of us, most of us.
Most of us, fantastic. I actually went to school in St. John's Regional College.
Yes.
It's still there today, which is awesome. Very, very good school if anyone's thinking about sending their kids there. And a little bit about us. People who follow us on Facebook will actually know this. We're actually very, very keen into the gym as well. So we train 5 or 6 days a week, every day at 6 in the morning.
You're so good, that's why you look so strong.
Oh, well, we're trying very, very hard. We're trying.
It's a very hard job waking up DJ in the morning to go to the gym.
Oh, it's hard. That is it.
Especially during winter. It's so cold now. It's just freezing. It's hard to get up, but,
I can imagine.
we have to push through. So we're actually, for those of out there who don't know, we're actually real estate agents. So both Matt and I started our own real estate company a couple of years ago. So, and the community has been very supportive, and we really appreciate everyone's support.
And you're young and very, very dynamic. But what job did you have before you started your business?
My previous role before actually starting into the business, previous sales role that is, was at Census. They're the company that actually sells yellow pages and white pages. At the time, I was an account manager, face-to-face consultant, selling online marketing and yellow pages print as well. So that's where I really fine-tuned my sales skills, and when I really realized that I love sales and I loved helping the businesses grow, and I'm using those same skills now to grow my own business now, so it's very good.
My last job, I was actually in marketing, believe it or not. So I worked for a company, which everyone is going to know this, called Telstra.
Oh, Telstra.
Biggest telco in Australia, actually. I was basically in charge of all the Telstra retail stores before we started our own business. So whenever you walked into a Telstra retail store, if you saw banners, brochures, that kind of thing, I was in charge of that. Although I loved my job at the time, working for a big company like that, it presents its challenges. As anyone out there who's listening has worked for a big company, so I'm so glad to be now running my own business without all the red tape of what a big company brings. Nothing better than running your own business and the freedom it brings, of course.
Definitely. And what is it like working with your brother, DJ?
It
doesn't happen very often, is it?
Look,
Each one goes its own
you know what they
way.
say about family businesses, Maddie? It can be challenging at times, but at the same time, it's also very, very rewarding and exciting to work with my brother. He's my best friend. He's my business partner, and
And he's your brother.
He's my brother. So every day we wake up and we're excited to go to work, of course, because at the end of the day, it's our name on the door. So we're very, very excited to work together. If I'm having a bad day, he'll push me. If he's having a bad day, I'll push him. If I'm sleeping, he's awake. If he's sleeping, I'm awake. So we're 24/7 always going at it. which is very, very good.
Yeah, we like to keep each other motivated as well. As we're brothers, we're very competitive. So basically, we always keep each other motivated, and we're always keeping each other accountable as well. So
Absolutely.
competition doesn't stop.
Examples.
Absolutely.
Yeah, as we have to pass the first hour, because for those
Awesome.
who listen on the internet, we'll just have a jingle and we'll go on with it afterwards.
Sounds good.
Oh, j'ai oublié ça, mais je veux pas.
Allez, Nico. Well, I think we have a little problem with the equipment today, but doesn't matter. So we pass the first hour. For those who listen on the internet, they won't miss anything. I'm sure they
Perfect.
don't want to miss anything. So we go back to our interview with Matt and DJ. So you tell us what it is like working with your brother.
Of
Which is
course.
very good to see you're really close together. And what is it like owning your own business? Do you enjoy it? Long hours?
Oh, look, the hours, owning your own business, the hours are very, very long. We are almost working 24 hours a day, aren't we, Maddie?
Well, pretty much with the way that real estate is and the way the technology is these days, once you have your phone on you, you're working and you're available. It's all about customer service. So we have people calling us at 10:30 p.m. at night, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're always available to our customers, and we're always on social media advertising the properties and engaging with people. So it's very important to us.
Yeah, that's the one thing about owning your own business or your own company. When you're working, almost 24 hours a day, when it's your name on the front door, it's completely different to if you were working those kinds of hours for somebody else. So for us, even though it's very, very long hours, it's very rewarding for us and we really enjoy it. So had I been working for a different company where it wasn't, my business, and somebody said work a 16-hour day, I'd say, oh, no, that's too long. But, when I'm accountable to myself and I'm accountable to my brother and my customers, then things change, of course. So it's very easy for us to do those kinds of hours. I haven't had a day off, I don't think now in probably a couple of years, I think. We're always working, but we love it.
Yeah,
So
if you love what you're
we
doing,
love
it's
it.
fantastic.
If you love what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. So
Exactly.
It's a lifestyle for us.
Yeah.
That's very true. But before being in that business you're doing, what qualification did you need to start?
Absolutely. So I can answer this one. So anyone who goes into real estate, they need to do a course. So this course, they can do it like at a TAFE institution or something like that, or private institutions. So at the very, very basic level, if you want to work for another real estate company, you have to do a 5-day course, a very, very intensive 5-day course. But if you want to open your own business, it's a little bit more serious than that. So it's about a year of study. So almost full-time studying before you can open your own business, so you can get a real estate license, as they call it. So we both have that. We're both fully licensed real estate agents. We completed our courses before we started our business, and I've also got a Bachelor of Business in Marketing as well, which I obviously studied a few years ago when I finished my time at schooling. Yeah.
We see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, because nowadays, that's one of the businesses that's really booming. And Matt, what is one thing you wish you knew before you started out?
One thing I wish I knew before starting out the business is that you didn't have to have all your ducks in a row before starting. It's all about fighting off the self-doubt and fighting off the negative thoughts. And don't run the business in your head. Actually start running the business and hit the ground running.
Yeah, I can actually chip into that as well. So before we started our business, we asked a lot of people, should we start, should we do, because we both had very comfortable, very cushy, high-paying jobs before this. So then we were in a position where we had to say, okay, do we quit our jobs now and go out on a limb and say, we're going to start from nothing, from $0 in our pocket.
But you
We
had
had to
the
have
energy
courage.
necessary.
We had the energy, and we talked to a lot of different people, and some people said, yeah, go for it, and some people said, no, don't do that, stay in your job. And we just believed in ourselves, and we had complete faith in our skills, and we went ahead and we did it, and now I could never look back. If someone said to me now, go back to your 9-to-5 job, they'd have to drag it there, kicking and screaming like a baby. I would never do it.
Oh,
But
fantastic.
and that's a message that I want to give out there to everyone who might be listening, who's in a position like ours. If you're thinking about doing something like this, so starting your own business, or getting fitter, or doing a course, don't worry about what anyone what anyone else thinks. If you want to do it, just do it.
Go ahead. That's
Just go
very
ahead and
true,
do it.
and you must do something you like.
That's it.
Exactly. If you enjoy it, just go ahead and do it, and don't worry about what other people think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And you started at a young age because you're still quite young. It's not very young.
Well, we're pretty young compared to most people in our field. We are, but my knees hurt when it's cold sometimes, so I'm not that young.
But anyway, you look very young.
Thank you so much.
Very
Thank you.
good.
5 to 6 days
Merci.
in the morning.
That's right,
Merci.
the gym every day.
Mm.
But how is the market at the moment? We hear a lot in the news.
Absolutely.
And how it has taken down along in the
Absolutely.
last few years.
Well, look, it's no secret that the property market has come down in the last few years. I think since 2017, the property value has come down about 10 or 11%, something like this, in the capital city of Melbourne. However, it really depends on who you're speaking to. So if I'm speaking to a first home buyer, the market is fantastic. The prices come down. I can afford a house now. Good. But if I'm talking to an investor and he or she has a house for sale, it's just an asset to them and they're trying to sell it. Oh, the market is terrible. It's very, very bad. So it depends who you speak to. But having said that, it's not all doom and gloom. The market is just in a very natural cycle. And in the last probably since the start of the year, a few things have happened to improve the market. So the Liberal Party won the election, which means that they didn't change the tax laws in relation to property. The Reserve Bank lowered interest rates. APRA, which stands for the Australian Prudential Regulation Authority, has told the banks to basically start lending again. And as a result, buyer confidence has improved. And the prices are slowly starting to recover. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be, skyrocketing upwards anytime soon. But I do think that we're going to see steady, long-term growth, very slow growth over the next 2 to 3 years.
But we hear of recession from time to
Oh, look,
time. Should
absolutely,
this affect your...
absolutely. Even if that did happen on a long-term basis, we do both still believe that property is a very safe long-term investment.
I would
Of
think
course.
so, because everybody
Especially in
will need
Melbourne.
houses and
Everybody needs to live
immigration.
somewhere. There are a few things that are recession-proof. Everyone's got to eat and everyone's got to live somewhere. So, in the long term, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's all about healthcare, medical care, and housing. Those are things that we're always going to need, and they're never going to, the demand's always going to be there.
Mm.
Excellent. So this is what you are saying now that make you stay motivated.
Absolutely. We're always motivated and we're always, willing and happy to help people to achieve their property goals. Absolutely.
And I think your approach too means a lot. You have to come all dynamic, talk to people. And
We
what
love
you're
to talk.
talking about.
We love to talk. We're very passionate about our industry.
Excellent.
And, we're always happy to meet new people.
Yeah, like we were saying before about, staying motivated. Both of us are very, very competitive. We're competitive in the gym and we're competitive in business as well.
That's the way.
Yeah, every time, he sells a house or I sell a house, we compete against each other and we're always trying to get one step ahead of the other, even though we're in one business, we're competing
Because we're brothers.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
that
Your
helps us quite a
brothers
bit.
and your... Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if you were asked to mentor a young person who's interested in starting their own business, what advice would you give to them? I mean, in that same area.
It's similar advice to what I would have needed when I started my business. Basically, to tell a young person starting a business is that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of what people are going to say. Don't be scared of failure. Just jump out there, start the business. Richard Branson, his first 2 businesses were selling Christmas trees and selling birds. They both failed.
Yeah.
Now he's a billionaire and he has over 500 businesses that are successful. So he didn't let those first failures affect him. He kept striving, kept moving forward, and look at him now.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
the way to think, and I'm sure that in years to come, I saw little Bransons around.
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, when we started, it was just Matt and I in one small office. Now we have 3 locations across the city. So we're very lucky and, we've worked very hard. And
I know you do, but
yeah.
it's rewarding.
It's so
At least
rewarding.
you realize that.
Oh, absolutely.
And what is a unique skill you have that you think has helped you to become successful? I've noticed you have many skills. Are there others
absolutely.
you'd like to mention?
There's no secret, there's no rocket science behind it. It's all about hard work and being very stubborn and being very motivated as well. We wake up every day and we have our goals in mind and we just chase those goals. There's a lot of setbacks and a lot of struggles in business, but you just have to keep motivated and push through and you'll be successful.
And I think one thing that Matt and I do quite well as well is our social media marketing. So we're very, very active online. So we always try and put up content. By content, I mean videos, photos. We have a vlog which we do, which stands for a video log on YouTube. So what we try and do is we try and get out there and record our day to day, so people can watch us and they can get a feel for what we do every single day. So that's one thing that we do quite well. Even if you compare us to your really, really big companies, I won't name names, but there's like really, really big companies out there that are in real estate. We actually get a lot more eyeballs on our Facebook and our YouTube and what they do by sometimes 10 times more. So, we are always active on social media, and that's one thing that differentiates us between other people. So our comfortableness in front of a camera and our willingness to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations. Actually, before we came out here today, I was actually really, really nervous to be here.
Why?
I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be on 3ZZZ. This station's being played in my house. What am I going to say?
And
but now that I'm here,
you're welcome.
oh, thank you so much for inviting us. But we just pushed through and we came and we showed up, and we're hopefully doing our best, but we're very thankful.
Yeah, I don't know if you can call this a unique skill, but something that's helped us to be successful in business is that we are two brothers. So that's a point of difference that we have. When we go into somebody's house, they see that it's not just a family business, but it's actually two brothers that are running it, and we're there working hard together. And we actually can build a lot of rapport with people like that, and helps us to break the ice as well. So that's a very strong point that we have.
And at the end of the day, we're just two young guys from a very small island, and here we are today on 3ZZZ, and here we are making a mark in this big country like Australia, and we just hope that other people can look at us and basically follow in our footsteps, so to speak, if I can say that. I mean, I don't know if I can, but I just want other people to really step up and say, okay, let's do something, let's move forward, and bring our little country into the spotlight.
I sincerely hope that will inspire many of our young people.
I hope so.
And you're young, you're very young, and with the new technology, you can use whatever is offered.
Absolutely.
That's the way to progress.
Absolutely.
More and more.
These days, using your phone, you can do so much. You can learn a new subject, you can study a course, all from the comfort of your own lounge room. So there's no excuse for any young person out there not to really push forward and achieve something with their lives. For young people who live in Australia today, your parents or your relatives brought you to Australia.
That's right.
Use that opportunity and do something with your life. Don't sit around at home and drink 3 beers on your Saturday night. Achieve something. Appreciate where you've come from and the opportunity you have.
So
and
much
push
in
forward.
Australia, being here especially.
Absolutely. Our old people brought us here.
Very
So
good
it's up to
advice.
us to do something about it.
I hope that will go to many, many young
I
ones
hope
who
so.
follow your example.
Absolutely.
Last question. Has anyone said to you, you look like Queen? Like twins?
We get this all the time. So
You get that all the time? Are
people
you
say we
twins?
look the same.
Yeah,
We're
it
not
hap-
twins, of
it-
course, but
It happens quite a lot actually. Like for example, DJ will post a picture on Facebook or a video on Facebook, and I'll actually read the comments, and somebody will say, "Nice picture, Matthew." So they don't even know who posted the picture.
people can't tell us
Yeah.
apart. Like, obviously, I'm the better looking one. Everybody knows that.
Are you
Matt's the
sure?
ugly one. Oh, well, that's what I think anyway. But I'm sure Matt wouldn't agree with me. But,
I don't agree at all. If you can see my face, you see
Just
the
ask the
expression.
ladies.
ask all the ladies. I'm definitely better looking one. I'm just joking. But, people definitely can't tell us apart. It's actually quite funny, but it's also quite cool because it helps to break the ice with people whenever we go
But
out to see
frankly,
someone.
are you twins?
No, definitely not
We're
twins.
not twins. I'm the younger brother. I'm the more youthful, energetic brother.
Oh, is it? That's why you wake me every morning.
That's why he
we
wakes
wake
me up in the morning,
exactly.
yeah.
Perfect.
But you're both admirable, fantastic to have you this afternoon in my
Thank you
program.
so much.
And
Thank
I
you very
hope
much.
your voice will be listened by many,
I hope
many
it is.
young
I
ones
hope it is, yes.
who live in Australia, who are lucky to live in Australia. Got
Such a
so
lucky
many
country.
opportunities
Oh, yes.
presented to them.
Mm.
So thanks a lot, Matthew.
Thank you.
and
Thank you so
DJ,
much. Merci.
And bonne chance, all the best.
Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
And we'll see you one of these days again.
You'll always see us. If you don't, you'll always see us. We're so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting us. We're so appreciative, and we really enjoyed ourselves today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You can tell.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. There are little cans on tea, coffee. Help yourself to have some energy to continue, although you don't need that.
Do you want to sign off here or?
Thank you. What I appreciate is your energy when you
Oh,
speak. You
absolutely.
help us a lot.
Oh, no, I really enjoyed it.
No worries.
Thanks, guys, checking out now. Have an amazing day. I love you all.
Bye bye.